Hello, good evening, Sharai. How are you? Is everything okay?
Good evening, teacher. Yes, everything's fine. Thank you.
Great. Great to know, Sharai. So let's begin. We're going to, well, we have now this article, and this is going to be today's conversation about. It's related to CNN, an article that I was looking for, all right? I read it many months ago, but it was really interesting, and it's really interesting that you also know about this. I read it on BBC, but I see that they also have this on CNN, which is great. And it's about this really interesting fact. And it says, right, Castopiano, right, Castropinianos, or Italian, the latest Italian village to sell $1 houses. All right. So this is really interesting. And of course, many people were interested in having this opportunity, right, to buy a house. But let's see what's the deal. Just by looking at the title, Sharai, what is your guess? Why do you think that they are selling houses this cheap in Italy? What do you think is happening, or what do you think is the deal?
Mm, I don't know. I could think that it's a village too far from the city, and that's the reason of its price. And yes, I think it's that.
Okay, and what would you say if you had a chance to buy a house in Italy for $1? Would you do it, even far from the city?
I don't know. I like those houses, village, towns, little towns, which are too far from big cities, right? But I have to see it first the house, the village, the condition, right?
Okay, yes, that's actually something really important. So actually, we have some pictures over here. This is the village, all right? This is Castelpignano. This is one picture. The houses are these old
Sorry, teacher. I think your internet is bad. I can't hear you.
connect myself. Can you
Teacher,
hear me now? Should I let me know?
yes. Now I can hear
Okay,
you.
great. I'm disconnecting all my other devices. I hope that that helps a little bit. Just give me one second, please.
Okay.
All right. Now I hope that it works better, but I don't know if you can see my screen, Sharai. Can you see it?
Yes, teacher, I can see. Perfect.
Good. So I'm showing you the pictures of the village, right? You are telling me it depends on how it looks or how old the houses are. And this is the village, all right? This is the real village. These are real pictures from Stropiniano, all right? You have one over there, the other one, the other one, and some other ones, right? Of course, it's a village. Of course, the houses look kind of old, right? Actually, very, and it's actually part of a medieval, all right? You're going to see that word, but I imagine that you know what medieval is. Medieval castle, all right? And you can see the red castle over here. And the village was built around that castle, right? The castle and the village. And more or less, it's like this. Now, let's take a look. Actually, let's read a little bit, and you're going to tell me more about it, and perhaps if it's something that would fit for you. So let's begin reading, please, Sharai. Again, those were some pictures. Begin from this part, and you're going to analyze. Try to read one, two, three, four, those four, let's say, short, very short paragraphs until this part over here. Please, I'm going to mark it. All that. Let's begin with that, please, Sharai.
Okay. CNN, you wait a while for a house that practically given away to you, and then three come along at once. Yes, Italy's one Euros homes are back, and this time what's up for grabs is a collection of houses in the southern region of Molise. Castropignano, a village topped by a ruined medieval castle 140 miles southeast of Rome, it is the latest community to offer up its abandoned buildings to newcomers. It follows in the steps of Salemi in Sicily and Santo Stefano di Cessaneo in Abruzzo, both of which have launched initiatives to encourage newcomers in the last month. Sorry,
Thank
teacher,
you
it
very
was
much,
too
Sherry.
difficult.
Yeah, no, but it was good. It was good. You did a good job. Actually, I have corrections. At the end, you were able to read everything correctly. Of course, I'm not going to correct the Italian pronunciation, right? We're not on that. But those, I think, were the hardest words, the ones that have names of the villages and so on. But the rest of the information was read very good, Shari, right? Newcomers, I was a little struggling with that, but it was okay. So what do you get, all right? What do you get in general from these four short that you can tell me?
Well, it's only a little details about the place where it's located, this village and all this house. It's I realized that there is a medieval castle, and those things, right? That for some people are impressive. I think.
Good, very good. Good, yes, that's correct. We have two ways, right, of reading these words over here. It depends. Can be medieval, both are going to be correct. And the other one is going to be like castle. Sometimes British pronunciation like is going to be like castle, but actually castle is going to be the most used, right? So medieval castle. So it's really interesting. By reading this information and by looking at the pictures that I showed you, what do you say? Would it be something for you, or you're still not that convinced, Sharai? What do you say?
Uh, well, I think it's very difficult to take a decision of that because, well, it's too far from where I live now. So here in Bolivia, I can't um afford the trip to Italy. So it's very difficult. I think if I were living in Italy, maybe I could buy one house of that.
Okay, good. Yes, that's correct. Because moving implies many more things than just moving, right? Even than many more things than just paying for the trip itself, right? The travel, because you're going to need many other things. You're going to be sure, or you need to be sure that you're going to have a job or something like that. So yes, many other things that are implied in that trip. But let's say that you are clear.
Te-
All right.
Teacher,
Okay,
sorry,
everything
I
can.
can't hear anything
Oh,
again.
all right. So I'm going to try to wait a little bit.
Now I can hear.
Okay.
You was telling me
So
about let something.
yes, no, I was telling you so far, I think all the vocabulary is kind of clear, right? We understand everything. Is that correct, Sharai? Do you have a questions or any question about a specific word or expression?
Uh, I don't uh, I don't understand very well the word newcomers.
Ah, if you divide the words, right? A comer is going to be a person that arrives to a new place, right? And of course, a newcomer, it implies the same idea, right? So newcomers are people that are new to that place. And usually a newcomer is not only a person that visits the place. A newcomer is usually a person that is going to be new in the town and is going to stay in the town for a little while, or it's going to live there. All right, that's more or less a newcomer. Any other questions?
No, teacher. Thank you. Thank you very
Okay,
much.
great. No, you're welcome. Let's continue, please. We have some time. Let's take advantage and let's continue reading actually all the pictures with some words. Let's do it, please.
Okay. However, unlike most of the schemes which auction off dilapidated building from €1 and $1.20, $1.20, sorry, Castro Pignano is doing things differently. There are roughly 100 abandoned buildings here, but rather than sell to the highest bidder, Mayor Nicola Iscapilati wants to match interested parties with the right house for them. The schemes here works a bit differently, he says. I'm moving along to parallel paths, reaching out both the potential buyers and old owners at the same time, step by step to make demand supply. Meet supply, sorry. I don't want my town invaded by a property stampede or to turn into the latest housing speculation deal.
Great. Thank you very much, Sharai. Again, I think we're having some problems, right? My internet is the one that is not working very well now, but I was able to hear everything very, very good. So we're going to go through this. Can you hear me well, Sharai? More or less? Hello, Sharai. Can you hear me?
Sorry, sorry, teacher. Yes, I was with my microphone off.
Okay.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Yes, I thought that I was having more problems. Okay. So, um, to finish this, all right, to finish this up, I think it was good. I'm going to help you with some words. Schemes, all right. This is going to be schemes, all right. Schemes. Auction, right? Auction off. You know what is an auction, right? So actually, doing
Sorry,
that.
teacher.
Actually, most of them work that way. Sharai, tell me, can you hear me?
No, I didn't hear when you tried to explain the word auction off.
Okay, right? To auction, remember that an auction or to auction off, we're going to say off dilapidated buildings, right? Is when you have a starting price, for example, $1, and someone is going to start offering a price. So one is going to say, I offer $2, $3, right? $5, $10, $100, $1,000, right? That's going to be an auction. An auctioning of dilapidated buildings is the action of doing that. Okay, were you able to hear that?
Yes, yes, teacher.
Okay,
Thank you.
okay, good. The dilapidated is just a bunch of buildings, all right? A bunch of buildings, many buildings that are being auctioned. Then we have other ideas. The highest bidder, right? What is the highest bidder? Actually, it's related to auction. The highest bidder is this is the price, person that has the highest amount of money. All right, so you have $1, 100, 1,000. So anybody else is offering more than 1,000. So $1,000 is going to be the highest bidder. All right, that's the highest bidder. That happens in auctions. right? In auctions over here. So that is a scheme, right? A scheme is a way in which something works. So that scheme works very well over there in those two places, but the scheme in Castropiano works a little bit different. That's more or less the idea over there. And they are going to try to find something different. So I'm going to try to explain this part very quickly. It says they don't want to work with auctions. Instead of working with auctions, they want to put in contact the buyer, the potential buyer, and the owner of the houses. And they are going to see if the buyers are the right person to buy that house. If they meet their requirements, they are going to be able to acquire the house, all right? If not, perhaps they are not going to be able to do it. That's why not everybody can buy the house. You need to fill out certain requirements, and the owner of the house or the person in charge of the town is going to see if what you want to do with that house is appropriate for that house, and he's going to see if you have everything you need to do that. More or less, that's the idea. I don't know if you have any other or specific question related to this, please, Sharai. Let me know.
Everything is clear, teacher. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you. And thank you again for your patience. I know it's kind of not working very well, the internet right now, but thank you again, Sharai. I'll see you tomorrow to continue with the class. All right, have a good night.
Okay, teacher. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow.
Bye bye. See you. Hello, good evening, Lourdes. How are you?
Hi, teacher. I'm fine, thank you.
That's great to know, Lourdes. So let's begin with the conversation. I'm not sure if we worked on that specific topic that I was, working with Sharai, Lourdes. Do you remember that we worked before these houses in Italy? Do you remember something about this?
Um, I think I don't remember this topic.
Okay, it's good. Then perhaps I'm asking because it's a possibility that in the first conversations that we used to have, right, in the first courses, we had a conversation related to this because I worked this before. And actually, I looked for this article because it's really interesting because of the vocabulary and all those details. But we're going to work it. I think it's new. Yes, I think I only worked this with A14 if I'm not wrong. But one question, Lourdes, can you hear me well? Am I laggy or baggy? Can you hear what I'm saying very well?
Sometimes I think that mostly I can hear you fine, okay? But there
Mhm.
is some moments that I hear you somewhat laggy.
Okay, all right. All right. Yes, I think then my internet connection is not that good. We're going to take advantage that now it's kind of working. So let's begin. All right, I'm going to go straight to the point then, Lourdes. Let's begin reading, please. And we're going to start with the first four short lines that we have that are going to be these ones over here, please, until that part. Let's read those little paragraphs, please, Lourdes.
Okay. You wait a while for a house that's practically giving away to you, and then three come along at once. Yes, Italy's one euro homes are back. And this time, what's up your grabs is a collection of houses in the southern region of Molise. Castropigno, Nano, a village topped by a ruined medieval castle 140 miles southeast of Rome, is the latest community to offer up its abandoned buildings to newcomers. It follows in the steps of Salemi in Sicily and Santo Stefano di Cesanio in Abruzzo. both of which have launched in initiatives to encourage newcomers in the last month.
Very good, very good. I think everything was correct. I'm only going to verify some of the words to see what is the kind of pronunciation that you're using, all right? I'm going to mark this one over here. I'm going to mark these three words over here. I'm not taking into account the Italian words, all right? Because of course we don't have to pronounce those correct. And um, I think those ones, all right? Let's read those words that are marked, please, Lourdes.
Okay. Southern and ruined medieval castle.
Okay, okay. So this is going to be more like, I think, like southern, southern. If you want that little American accent, it's going to be more like southern. Of course, the British is going to put some emphasis in the T, southern, but it's better if we word like that, southern, southern. Then ruined, that's great. Medieval, medieval, right? Good. I think we're working correctly. Medieval castle. So with those things, that was only to see how it was working. What can you tell me about this information, Lourdes? What did you get from here?
Um, okay, I think that there is so many words that I didn't understand very well, but I think that it's talking about a cheapest house that in Italy that they are offering in some uh, ruins uh, abandoned. So that's the reason that there are cheap. Um, and I think that that is the biggest contest that I couldn't that I could understand.
Very good. Now, we have something, and it's good. Now we're going to go to the details. What are the things that perhaps were hard for you to get Lourdes? We have
Okay.
some interesting expressions.
Um, what's up for grabs in a collection?
Good.
Then which have launches initiatives to encourage. And I don't know what it's newcomers. New yes, newcomers.
Okay, good. Now, I hope that my internet's going to help me with this. All right. So, first, we can start with this one. All right. Do you remember what a giveaway is? Here it says, of course, participle form, right? Giving away. But what is when something is giveaway?
Um, I don't know if it's related with something that it's very popular nowadays in Instagram accounts and Facebook accounts, pages, and that kind of thing. That it's when you are giving something by free, selecting from a number of people that participate in some way.
Good, good. Yes, and that's correct. Yeah. A giveaway is a contest in which you can get something for free. And they say, right, it's practical. It means that this is not a giveaway because it's not for free, but it's practically given away, right? Those houses are practically given away. Why? Because €1, it's almost nothing, right? €1 is like it's being given away to you, right? So with that idea, I'm explaining that to explain this expression. What's up for the grabs is expression that means what is being offered. all right? More or less, in other words, is like what is being offered, what is being sold so cheaply, all right? That's more or less the idea of WhatsApp for the grabs. It means what are those things that I can grab, right? Do you know what's the meaning of grab? To grab is like not only pick up something, but to retain with your hands. I don't know if you get that idea, Lourdes.
Yes, yes,
Okay,
I get it.
good. So when you say what's up for the grabs, it means what can I get? What's for me, right? What are the things that I can get? So what can you get is a collection of houses in this region. Okay, then launched, you have two very well-known synonyms of launch: start and begin. So they say that Castropiniano, right? Castropiniano, this village, right, is following the steps of Salemi and Santo Stefano, right? Di Cesania, Santo Stefano di Cesania, because they started these initiatives. All right. When you read which have launched initiatives to encourage newcomers, so they started this initiative in which they are motivating newcomers are people who are not part of the town. A comer, right, and actually a newcomer is a person that is new to the place and that is coming to the place, and they wish that that person that is coming to the place that is new can stay in that place. All right, so those are newcomers, people who are getting to the town, who are new, and they hope that they can stay in that place. Very, very similar to uh, you can call the guests, all right? But more than guests, these are people who are willing to stay in that place. I don't know if that helps with those expressions, Lourdes.
Yes, teacher, very, very much.
Okay, good. Now, I know that we're over time, but we're going to spend one more minute, please, Lourdes, to finish this part over here, this, to get some other important vocabulary. Let's read those two, please.
Okay. However, unlike most of the shims, which are action of the dilapidate bills from 1 euro or $1.20, Castropianino is doing things differently. There are throw, thoroughly 100 abandoned buildings here, but rather than sell to the highest bidder, Mayor Nicola Scapilati wants to match interested parties with the right house for them.
Great. Thank you very much, Lourdes. Now, to finish this up again, quickly because of the time, this is going to be schemes. All right? Schemes. This is going to be dilapidated, right? The auction of dilapidated buildings. Then this is okay, but other way to say this could be right, $1.20. That's also valid. It's just an optional
Okay.
thing. Good. This is not going to be a correction, but you can pronounce this Italian, right? Town or village as Castropiniano, right? Castropiniano, just that. Then this is going to be rough, all right? Roughly like F, right? Roughly. And this one was okay, but the stress is mostly here in this part. It's like abandoned, all right? Abandoned. And that's it. Tell me the questions that you have related to some words to explain those quickly, please, Lourdes.
Okay. I have doubts with schemes,
Mhm.
with highest bidder. I don't know what it's bidder. And I think That's all. I'm not too sure what it's dilapidated. It's like demolition or something like that.
Okay, let's analyze then. And we're going to start with that one, all right? Very quickly, 1 minute. I'm going to try to do it in 1 minute. So I'm drawing this here. So let's say that here you have a bunch of buildings, all right? That's one house, this is one house, this is a different building, and this is a different building, all right? So these are dilapidated buildings, all right? It's just like a group of buildings, all right? A group of buildings that are next to each other, that are over there. Those dilapidated buildings are being auctioned, right? And I think that you understand the idea of auctioning is when you start with a price, right? $1, and this guy offers more, $10, and this guy $100, and I $1,000, right? This is auction. They are auctioning off dilapidated buildings. And the one that has the bigger offer, for example, this one, is the highest bidder, all right? The highest bidder. So you have dilapidated buildings, you have the people who are offering, you have the highest bidder, and all of this in general is a scheme. And what is a scheme? A scheme is an organized way in which something works. Scheme. Other scheme can be, we don't work with auctions. We only have the house and one person that buys the house with a fixed price. This is a second scheme. All right, so you have the first scheme, the second scheme, a third scheme in which you have something different and this works in a different way. All right, so are ways in which something is organized and works differently. That's more or less, I think, the way I can explain those words. I don't know if it's understandable for you, Lourdes. Let me know.
Yes, teacher. Thank you.
Great, that's great. Now, because of time, please, Lourdes, we're going to finish here. We're going to try to continue reading these because there are many other words that are interesting for you to know. But that's it. Thanks for being in this conversation, and I'll see you tomorrow in class, Lourdes. Have a good night.
Thank you, teacher. Bye.
Bye-bye. Hello, good evening. Mariana, how are you?
Good evening, teacher. Everything's fine. Thank you.
That's great. Great to know, Mariana. So let's begin with today's reading session. I want to know if you can hear me well. Can you hear me well, Mariana?
Yes, teacher, I can hear very well.
That's good. I was having some problems with my internet connection this time, so it's good that you can hear me, Mariana. So, we're going to keep working the same way I was working with Sharai, and the same way, sorry, I was working with Lourdes. It's by reading this article. And this article is this one over here, Mariana. I'm going to read it for you. Castropi's Italian village to sell $1 house. I'm going to read one more time, Mariana. Castropiniano, the latest Italian village to sell $1 houses. It means, all right, that this house, or sorry, this village over here, this village is selling houses at $1, or actually it's $1.20 or €1.
Yes, I read it before.
Okay. Oh, you
I
read it
see
before?
that. Yes.
Okay.
I read an
I think we
article
read this with you. I
that
think we read this with you, Mariana.
no, teacher, I read it in Facebook, I think.
Okay, okay. It's going to be interesting, Ben. Let's read it together now because there is like a lot of interesting words, new words that we can learn. But tell me a little bit that you remember about that. And you can tell me also, Mariana, please, if you would buy a house like this, if you had the chance, what do you say, Mariana?
I think that yes, because in the article that I read before, it's about a mom that tells that she buys the house at $1 euro, I think. I think that it's pronounced like that. But the house have some rules. The village, I think, have some rules for the house, and it implicates more money, like to repair the house and let the house very I don't know, how can I say, habitable.
Yes, inhabitable.
Inhabitable, and she spent a lot of money to repair the house, but she tells that it's a good idea because the house is still very with a low price than others.
Good, very good. That's interesting. Yes, I think actually could be referred to the same because they are not going to mention some repairing, but yes, not anybody can buy these houses, and that's the interesting part. So let's read, and we're going to see if it's the specific town, because actually this is not the first town that does this, Castropeniano. There were other towns that did this first. Perhaps is one of those. So let's read if it's this one or one of the other ones. Let's begin, please, Mariana, by reading the four first short paragraphs. These ones over there, please.
Okay, teacher, before can you tell me how I need to pronounce euro, please?
Yes, I forgot that. Yes, you're going to read that here over as well. So it's going to be euro.
Euro, okay.
Euro.
Okay. CNN, you wait a while for a house that's practically given away to you, and then 3 come along at once. Yes, Italy's €1 homes are back, and this time, what's up for a grabs and is a collection of houses in southern region of Molise. Castropigiano, a village topped by a ruined medieval castle, 140 miles southeast of Rome, is the latest community to offer up its abandoned buildings to newcomers. It follows in the steps of Salemi in Sicily and Santo Stefano di Cesiano in Abruzzo, both of which have launched initiatives to encourage newcomers in the last month.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Mariana. So I think everything was right and very, very good. I just want to hear some words again to be sure where is the stress, because sometimes it can be different. The word can be well pronounced, but the stress of the word could be in a different place. So let's read these words one more time, please, Mariana, just the marked words.
Okay. Southern medieval castle, abandoned, launched.
All right. So again, I'm going to help you with some things. In this case, it's better if you read that OU as A, like southern, southern. For example,
Southern.
you have a southern accent. You come from the southern region of the town. So southern. This one, that A is going to be more like E, this one as well. So it's going to be medieval, all right? Medieval. And this one, and again, I work mostly with American accent, but I also tell you with the British accent. Sometimes they accept medieval, but medieval are going to be okay. Medieval is more common in American, and in American accent also, castle instead of castle, all right? Castle, just for you to know, all right? So it could be medieval castle, like soul, like there's no T, all right? Medieval castle. And then in words, the stress is going to be in the first part, not abandoned. No, it's going to be abandoned, all right? Abandoned and launched, launched. All right, so abandoned, launched. Let's read one more time the four words, well, 5 words actually, please, Maria.
Okay, teacher, can I add one more? Like initiatives, I think.
Okay,
It's
yes.
after the launch.
Yes. Yeah, actually, that's not bad. Yes, initiatives, initiatives. That T can be a little bit more like D in American accents. Initiatives, initiatives, but I think it's okay. All
Okay,
right, initiatives.
and teacher, the connection is a little laggy, and I can hear you said launched.
Okay, launched. All right, launched.
Launch.
Like at the
Launched.
end, launched. Good.
Okay.
Let's read this.
I think that it's southern medieval castle, abandoned, launch, and initiatives. I don't know.
Good. Yes, it was good. It was good. Only this one. One more time. This launched. One more time that word. The
Launched.
other words were great. Launched. Good. Great. There you go. Now, what questions do you have in terms of Mariana? What words you don't understand here? And I'm going to ask you also some expressions. So try to ask me everything that you don't understand.
Um, I don't know what's grabs. What is grabs? And and that launched and encourage.
Those ones, right, Mariana? Those ones are the ones I heard. Grabs,
Yes.
launched, encourage, right? Okay, good.
Yes.
So to grab, all right, grab is to retain something with your hands. All right. For example, let's suppose there's no translation for this. You have a piñata, right? I'm sure that you know what a piñata is. When you have a piñata in a party and you break it up, you have a lot of things coming out from the piñata, right? So you can grab whatever you can. All right, that's to grab. All right, that's to grab. To grab is to retain with your hands. I don't know the concept of grabbing, Mariana, with that example. When the piñata is broken, grab what is coming out from the piñata. Okay.
Teacher, I can understand anything. It's the internet. It's still laggy.
All right. Let's try to
Sorry.
work like this. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to try to explain once again. Yes, I don't know what's happening with my internet. Sorry. I'm going to try to restart it. So to explain grab, Mariana, let's imagine that you have a piñata, all right? And you break the piñata. You have many candies or many things coming out from the piñata, right? Do you understand until that part?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So what you do is you try to grab, all right, that word, grab. You try to grab everything that you can that is coming out from that piñata, all right? That's to
Oh,
grab. To grab
yes.
something, all right? So,
Like
and the
atrapar.
expression, uh-huh, and the
Okay.
expression, actually, it's part of this expression, Mariana. What's up? I'm writing, what's up with the grabs? All right, I'm writing that for you because I don't want to share my screen again. Give it a second. Now, what's up for grabs? What's up for grabs? In the chat, you can see that is the entire expression because that's one entire expression, Mariana. And that's in the reading. What's up for the grabs means what are those things that I can get for that price? It means, right? You're telling me that you're selling, right, houses for €1. Wow, that's very cheap. And when you say what's up for the grabs is what we are giving away, what we are giving you, and then the article says it's a collection of houses of part of this town and blah, 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 blah. All right. So the expression what's up for the grabs, it's very similar to what I told you related to a piñata, Mariana. What are those things that I can grab with my hands, that I can get? And in this case, what's up for the grabs? What you can get are houses at €1. That's more or less the idea. All right. Were you able to get that, Mariana? Let me know, please.
Yes, I still don't understand very well. Like, I understand what's grabs with example with a piñata,
Mhm.
but no for the WhatsApp for grabs. I
I'm going to try to share one more time. Can you see my screen, Mariana?
mm,
It's going
no.
to.
Yes.
Okay. So if you read this, I'm going to try to paraphrase. Okay. But I think that you're not going to hear me. Can you hear me, Mariana?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Because my internet again is very, very bad today. This part, it's like, right? Correct. The houses that are at €1, and this time, what you can get, what for the grabs is saying what you can get. What you can get is a collection of houses, right? Is a group of houses in this region.
Oh, I
So I
understand
explain
now.
that in my own words.
Okay. I
Yeah,
think that it
that's
in
it.
my mind I think that it needs a comma for like for understand like that expression, I think.
Okay,
But I
okay,
understand very
yes.
well.
Yes, in English, in that part, we don't need that. But yes, if I translate that to get, that is what it means. Okay, that is
Yes.
what it means.
Okay.
Now, the next word was this one. I'm taking advantage because Luciana is not here, I think. I think, yes, he's not here. And the other ones was launched, right, Mariana?
Yes.
Launched. Okay. Launched is the same as start or begin. All right, start or this is what Castropiniano is doing. What is Castropiniano? A village. But Castropiniano was not the first in doing this, right? It's following the example of and Santo Stefano di Cesano. Those villages, both, all right, were the first that started these initiatives. All right, those were the first that started the idea of selling houses very cheap. Okay, so that's launched initiatives to start. Encourage, all right, I don't know if you understand the idea of launch with that, to begin something. All right,
Yes.
in this case, good. In this case, they started the initiatives. They were the first ones, not Castropiniano. It was Salome and Santo Stefano di Cesania. And encourage, like giving good reasons, giving very good reasons to do something, right? For example, if I tell you, Mariana, if you attend tomorrow's class, I'm going to give you 20 points, right? That is encourage because I'm giving you a very good reason to do something. All right. I'm encouraging,
Okay.
all right, encouraging you to do something. That is to encourage a person or to encourage a group of people to give very good reasons to do something. And in this case, they are encouraging newcomers, it means new people to come to the city by selling houses very cheap. So this is the way they encourage people to go and to live there because the houses are very cheap. I don't know if you understand that, Mariana.
Yes, I understand, teacher. Thank you.
Great, there you go. Now, I think we're going to finish here because of time and because of my internet connection. I'm going to try to restart it now, Mariana. I don't know if you have any final questions or comments to finish today reading session. Let me know, please.
No, teacher. Thank you very much. Everything is very clear.
Great. That's good to know, Mariana. We're going to continue working on this topic because there are many other interesting words that we have to know, Mariana. That's going to be for Thursday. Okay. Today we
Okay,
finish here.
teacher.
Thanks for being here. Have a great night and see you tomorrow in class, Mariana.
Okay,
Bye bye.
teacher. Thank you. One more thing. Sorry.
Yes.
When you're going to give give us the grades of the assignment of the essay?
To, yes. Actually, today, after the conversations, I'm going to finish more or less at 9:30 p.m. more or less. After that, I imagine that at midnight, more or less, it's going to be ready. So tomorrow morning you can check the grades. Okay, but I'm
Okay,
going to
teacher.
work on that tonight.
Perfect. Thank you very
Great.
much and have a good night too.
Thank you. You too, Mariana. Bye bye.
Okay. Bye bye.
Hello, good evening, Whitney. How are you?
Hello, teacher. I'm fine, thanks.
That's great, Whitney. So let's begin. Look, I think that today I'm having some problems with my connection. I'm going to share my screen, but please let me know if you can hear me well. If I'm starting to sound laggy or buggy and you cannot hear me well, please let me know. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, good. So this is today's article for the reading session. I'm going to read it. It's Castropiniano, the latest, all right, Italian $1 houses. This is a really interesting article, and we're going to about it. Pictures of Castropiniano with. You have one, the second picture, the third picture. You see that it's a really interesting and beautiful town. Can you hear me, Whitney? I saw a message that my internet is not good. Were you able to hear what I said?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, okay, good. So let's go straight to the so that you will read over here. We're going to read about this interesting deal, Whitney. You're going to start by reading four short paragraphs, please, Whitney. I'm going to mark the words that are important in terms of pronunciation. Let's read, please.
Okay. You wait a while for a house that's practically given away to you. And then three come along and wins. Yes, Italy's €1 homes are back. And this time, what's up for grabs is a collection of houses in the certain region of Molise. Castropignano, a village topped by a ruined medieval castle, 140 miles southwest of Rome, is the last community to offer up its abandoned building to newcomers. It follows in the steps of Salemi in Sicily and Santo Stefano di Sensaziano in Abruzzo, both of which have launched initiatives to encourage newcomers in the last month.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Whitney. Now, I'm going to actually mark, and at the same time, I'm going to read those words. Perhaps they were pronounced correctly, but I want to be sure because they can have some variations. So just to be sure, we're going to work with this one, southern. We're going to work with these two, medieval castle, this one, southeast, right? Southeast. The stress of this one, abandoned, right? Abandoned. And this one over here, right? Launched. So let's read those words, please, once again with me.
So there,
Okay, that's going to be more like all right, more like southern. Southern. For
okay,
example, the southern region. You have a southern accent. Southern. Okay.
okay.
One more time, please.
So there,
Okay, good. What about this one over here? These two words?
medieval castle,
Okay, good. Medieval, actually, you have two possible ways, and they're going to be okay. Medieval and medieval. All right? Medieval and castle, like with no T, right? Medieval or medieval castle. One more time, please. Here with me.
okay, medieval castle,
Good. What about the next word?
southeast,
Good, very good. Southeast. The next one?
abandoned,
In this case, if you say abandon it, it sounds like abandon it, like the stress is in the last part, right? When you read it that way, it sounds like the stress is over there. But no, actually, the stress needs to be abandoned. One more time, please.
Okay. Abandoned.
Uh-huh. One more time, it's going to be abandoned. Like this part is very fast. Like abandoned,
Okay.
abandoned. One more time, please.
Abandoned.
Good. And as you don't read the ed, you have to make the t sound at the end. T, t. Like one more time. Abandoned, abandoned.
Abandoned.
One more time.
Abandoned.
Good. Perfect. Very good. Great. The first one was very good. All right. Abandoned. In that way, you know that you're using the ed, but you're not pronouncing the e, and you're stressing in the right way. Good. Abandoned. And this one is going to be the same. Very, very, very similar. Launched. Launched. One more time, please, this one.
Launched.
Good. Launched. Great. There you go. Those little sounds are very good when you want to read fluently and when you want to avoid stressing in parts that are not correct. Because sometimes when we want to read correctly every word, we stress, all right? To stress is to have that invisible accent, right? We stress the words in parts that are not that correct. So this one would be a good exercise. So very good. Now the second part of this part understand over here. Do you understand all the vocabulary? I'm going to ask for some words as well.
Well, I don't know what's mean southern and southeast.
Good. Right. Sorry. Yes, it's on. If you divide these two, right? First, this is only one word. You don't say in the south region. South is not like used as an adjective, all right? If you want to use the idea of south, right? You have north, right? I'm going to give the idea, right? You have north, you have the east, you have west, and you have the south, right? So when something is located, right, south, you say it's located south, or if you want to use it this as adjective, you say the southern. This is the southern region of Molise, all right? Let's say that this is Molise, and this is the northern, this is the eastern, all right? The eastern, this is the western, and this is the southern, all right? So those are the ways to locate a region. In this case, this is the southern region of Molise, all right? I don't know if you understand southern with me with that.
That's like adjective or a noun.
In this case, it's going to be a noun. Southern region, it's an adjective. South is a noun, okay? It's a noun. And southern is going to be an adjective. Okay, that's why you don't say the south region. No, you say the southern region of Molise. Okay, I don't know if you have more questions with southern.
No, teacher.
Okay, and if this is south and this is east, all right, this is east. What is the southeast of Rome? Right? This is the southeast of Rome, or the southeast. So east is southeast. It's not southeastern, right? No, describing the region, the southern region. But here you're southeast of Rome. So this is noun, which is southeast in the middle of south, and you're using this as a noun. This could be southeast, this could be southwest, right? Is south, southwest. And it happens the same up there. Northeast, northwest. All right? I don't know if that helps understanding that. Let me know.
Yes, teacher, thank you.
Okay, good. There you go. Any other questions or related to vocabulary or something like that? For example, I have some specific ones. I don't want you to know, but what do you get? These are some expressions, some interesting expressions. Try to explain this in your own words, please, Whitney. These ones over here. Those. What do you say about give away? What is to give away? What do you understand by that?
Like free?
Good, very good. Yes, a giveaway, right? Could be a contest or something in which you're going to receive something for free. Very good. And they say it's practically, right? This is not entirely free, sorry, but it's practically free because if you pay €1, that's almost for free, right? If you pay only €1 for a house, that's almost free. That's why they say that's practically given away. All right. Then what's up for the grabs? What do you think is the meaning of this one? This is an entire expression. What's up for the grabs?
Okay, I know
How do you
what's
understand
up,
that?
but I miss graphs. I don't know what is mean graphs.
Don't worry. Yes. In this case, this is an entire expression, and I'm going to share paragraph, short paragraph, so that you get the idea. It says, yes, Italy's €1, right? Euro homes are back. And this time, what you can get, what you can obtain is a collection of houses in the southern region of Molise, right? So what's up for the grabs means everything that I can get. You're talking about houses. So what houses can I get? All right. Grabs. Everything that you can get mentioned before. I don't know if you get that idea.
Yes, I understand.
Good. What about newcomers? How can you explain newcomers?
Mm, um, Newcomers is like a new neighbor.
Yeah. In other words, new neighbor, or in other words, more simply, right? Because yes, it's a new neighbor. And what is a new neighbor? New to the place, right? So those are people that are new in Castropiniano, for example, and they are going to be living in the town. But they were not part of the town before, part of a different town, of a different city, of a different village, right? So newcomers, correct. People that were not part of the town, but now they are going to be part of the town.
Okay, teacher, I don't hear you.
Oh, can you hear me now? Yes, I was asking you, that one is clear. Now we have the last word, encourage. What do you understand with encourage with me?
Um, I don't know what say reclutar, but find could be.
All right, in this case, yes, to recruit, you can say recruit, but to recruit something or someone, it's a little bit too strong. All right, because you can recruit, of course, in the army, right? In the military part. You can recruit also in enterprises, companies. Yes, that's not that strong. But in this case, to encourage, more than recruiting, all right, is going to be to give good reasons, to give very good reasons for you to do something. For example, I can encourage you, Whitney, by telling you, Whitney, if you come tomorrow to the class, I'm going to give you 30 points, right? Let's say that's an example that's encouraging you. Why? What is that to encourage someone? In this case, to encourage you, because I'm giving you a very good reason to be in class tomorrow, which is to, right, to have extra 20 or 30 points, let's say. All right, that's to encourage someone. More than recruiting, again, it's going to be to give very good reasons for someone to do something. All right. In this case, they are giving very good reasons. What are the very good reasons? Cheap houses to do what? Or for what kind of people? For newcomers, right? They are encouraging newcomers by giving them cheap houses, right? And that's the good reason for them to go over there. I don't know if you have questions related to this to finish with me. Let me know, please.
I understand all. Thank you, teacher.
Great, that's great. It's important that we can analyze those words, and we're doing this specifically with reading Whitney because we want to understand what are the good reasons for someone to do something.
Okay, teacher, I don't hear you again.
Perhaps in the future. Yeah, can you hear me, Whitney? Are you there?
Yes, yes.
Okay, yes, sorry. Again, my internet I think is working very bad. So that's finish here with me. Thanks for being in the class, and I'm going to see you tomorrow for the next class. All right?
Okay, thank you, teacher. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye. Good night.